Hey guys, Trackline here on my Demonology Warlock. I just tested a few new macros to see if they still work for the latest update, and I thought I'd show them off for you. I have a link down below if you want to copy and paste the macros, or if you have the Impulse add-on, you can come up here, click Impulse, and yeah, just choose the modifier and then go straight to your hotbar, or go to the Access tab and sift through their macros and then go straight to your macro tab. I also have a link down below to all my other add-ons and of course all the macros today. Everyone always asks about add-ons and all that, so yeah, everything's down in the links in the description below, guys. So the first macro I tested today was a Mouseover for my fear, which looks like this. Slash cast bracket target equals Mouseover, harm exists, no dead, fear. And I was just testing fear, so if you want to switch a different spell, just switch it here and leave that semicolon in between. And yeah, put whatever you want in there. And so how this works is if you just have a single target with no Mouseover or anything like that, it'll always go on your single target, just like this. You could also, let's say you have a single target, but you want to fear somebody else. You can keep your current target and just mouse over them, and it'll place fear on your mouse over. And of course, you don't need a single target or anything like that. You can just mouse over people and fear them, like that. So yeah, it's a really nice macro, and like I said before, you can just switch out the spells here, and you're good to go. Next macro is a focus handle Gul'dan macro, which looks like this. Slash cast bracket target equals focus exists no dead handle Gul'dan. And yeah, just switch out here and here, leave that semicolon. I usually use this type of macro for like fear or handle, or not handle Gul'dan, but fear, banish, health funnel, stuff like that. It's easier to just show off with handle Gul'dan. So if you just have a single target with no focus target at all, the macro will always go off on your single target, just like this. But let's say you do have a focus target. Let's say this target dummy is on my focus, and my focus on UI is right here. So I guess you can't see it, but I'm switching target dummies. Yeah, that's my focus right there. So if I use it, now that I do have a focus, it'll always go off on my focus rather than my single target, just like this. So yeah, it's a really nice macro for like your banish or your other CCs, damage abilities, all that. And if you want to get your focus on off quicker, I have a macro for that. This one right here. And works a lot like that mouse over macro that I was showing earlier, where if you have a single target, you can just simply go like that, or you don't need a single target, you just click it twice and it'll take them on and off. Even if you have, like this guy's on my single, you can just come over here, and you don't have to take it off or anything. You can just go like this. It's a really nice focus macro to get your stuff on and off quicker. So yeah, so just playing around with it and seeing if you like it, and yeah, playing around with it. The next macro I tested was a dark pact stopcasting macro, which looks like this. It's a simple slash stopcasting slash cast dark pact. And right now with this update, you only need one slash stopcasting. Sometimes you might need multiple depending on the changes that are made, but right now dark pact works good for just one. So the reason why this type of macro is so nice is because a lot of times when people are casting something like a fear or something like that, what they'll do is they'll either jump or they'll start moving to get off like a dark pact or something like that. But it's actually much easier if you just put stop casting from some of your spells. That way it'll automatically stop the casting and do the spell at the same time, so you don't lose that animation time. So first I'll show you what it looks like. This is just a regular dark pact. I'm going to just show you that if you're clicking it or you're trying to hit the keybind as you're doing it, it's going to wait until it's done and then it's going to work. So I'm clicking it. It waits until it's done and then I'll do it. Otherwise you're going to have to jump or something like that. So then now I'll show you with the macro. I'll be right back once this is up. And this is what it looks like when you actually use the macro on my S key. I'm going to use my fear, and once I use the macro, it's going to automatically stop my fear and do duck back at the same time. So no need to wait for fear to get over or jump or anything like that. Just like this. Does two with one button. Simple as that. And it's a really nice way to get off your spells quicker. And the last macro I tested today was a modifier macro for my Shadow Ball and Drain Life, which looks like this. Slash cast bracket modifier alt, Drain Life, semicolon Shadow Ball. And if you never used a modifier macro before, you can switch out the alt for something like shift or control if that's easier for you. and what you put before the semicolon is what you're modifying. So here's the macro down here on my keybind. As you can see, if I just hit the keybind right now, it'll do my shadow bolt. But if I hold down Alt and hit my keybind, it's gonna use my drain life. And you don't need to hold down Alt the whole time. You just have to hold down Alt, hit the keybind, then you can let go. Yeah, so these modifier macros are good for a couple of reasons. First, you can save on keybind space, like right now, or interface space, and keybind space. If I set up all my spells right now, I wouldn't need to use so many different keybinds. I could just use, like, let's say I'm really good with the A key and keys around the A. Well, I'll just set up modifier macros for all those keys, and not try to get good with keys I'm not very good at, like on the right side or the bottom left side of your keyboard. And yeah, those are how modifier macros work. And this one's working right now. I'll test probably some new ones and post them on the page, but yeah, right now these are working pretty well. Yeah, so that's the last macro I made today for the Demonology Warlock. If you guys want to see more Demo Warlock macros, just drop a like on the video, and I know you enjoyed it, and I'll make more for you guys. Have a good one.